Relax, Toy Cat! And that is right, we are back in the Igloo survival world, which we made it up to day 50 previously. I did a fun little recap if you want to see it, if this is somehow your first one, but assuming that's not true, welcome to the Igloo survival. This is my goal. I want to stay above Y200 exclusively for this challenge. I think we said, like, if we went below Y200, I would be allowed 0 benefit off doing that. In other words, saying it's true death when the game kills me, but we're not allowed to do anything that requires me to go below 200. Although, if there's a cow here, I don't have any wheat. If I had some wheat right now, I could get some serious meat. But I can't do that, so let's instead go back home. If you've been curious as to what I've been up to in this world, long story short, I went off to a mountain, and I mined a substantial amount of it. And what's cool about that is it's going to allow me to get a lot of new blocks and to build out what might be my first base. I know, making it 50 days in before you build one of these isn't necessarily great form. It's a shame there's no wheat anywhere around here. Also, Awixium Temp says this is my first one. Okay, so this is your first Igloo stream. I owe it to you to make sure that we survive it, because that's going to be required. Yeah. Also, we have no food, 35 raw iron. We've got like a lot of things to kind of decide right here, but we're going to do our very best with precisely that anyway. Also, 35 iron, that's exactly enough for an anvil, so I'm going to assume that's what past me would want. And I'm also going to assume that I should probably make another pair of shears, because some yellow wool would be pretty good about now. So what is up with this? I've been gone for a while. Yeah, the series has been gone since Oh, I already have a cow. I'm just missing one more, huh? So I think the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our furnace, and we're going to put just a pile of this in there. And we could honestly just use coal. It seems irresponsible to use coal while I've got oak logs. But let's use at least a few of it, right? Just to keep that moving while I keep moving. Easy. Second step is going to be... hello, cow. The second step is going to be trying to get my hands on some form of wheat, because I would love to have a second cow. That would change my game. And then the third and big move today is I'm going to be making a whole village, chat. That might sound crazy to you, but if you haven't already seen, this is my survivor. You got to get rid of the podzol. Oh yeah, that's a true thing. So this is my little basement. I have a villager here, a villager here, and a villager, he's over there. You can trust me. But I have all of these villagers make a coal block. Yeah, I can make a... So if I want to collect blocks for my museum, that is the smart thing to do. Also, thank you very much for the tip, Dr. Jedi Spartan. Hey, it's been a while, Jedi Spartan. $2. I am Welsh. I am happy to hear that you are Welsh. But yeah, it's really cool to see you all here in this Igloo world. This is my longest running hardcore world that I currently have. As of this very moment that you're watching this video, this is the longest I have kept a world alive. And, also, yeah, that podzol should not be there. Oh, maybe it should be. Oh, but let's just grow another tree. I need to do that at some point, right? And then we also going to want to grow some wood trees, because I don't think I have enough wood for my big plans. So, because here's my idea, chat. I think this original Igloo should be as close to undisturbed as it possibly can be. I think there's something beautiful about surviving with the Igloo, but I want to have a real base with all my real stuff. And although I've got a little farm up here with, like, you know, a mobs killing platform and stuff like that, it's not really the same, is it? And so what am I going to do? Well, I had a really fun idea, and that was to turn the basement of my Igloo, where the villagers are going to be, into my real base. That down there, if you kind of look at it, it almost has an igloo shape. What if I made it into a giant stone and wood igloo? Would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? Actually, yeah, I think I can get rid of this. I don't really need it to be like that anymore. So let's not have it be like that anymore. So yeah, right now I'm going to have to wait for some wheat. Thank God some group. And then I'm going to try. I don't know if I'll succeed. No, I waited. I didn't wait long enough. Whoopsie. But yeah, I need food before I can do really anything. But I am going to take an exception to that little policy to kill one skeleton to get some bones. I have a brand new stone sword, chat, and I intend to use it. Also, flat toy cat skin. Yeah, look at my eyes. Do you like them? I'm off-brand toy cat today because my toy cat skin wouldn't load. And I hope you don't mind that. Water for crops would be nice. Yeah, I'm going to be trading for water as soon as my villager grows up. Also, it's 2025 and getting Minecraft updated on Windows is still an adventure. Yeah, it's really odd that Windows is one of the platforms that struggles hardest with Minecraft updates. You'd figure Microsoft being Microsoft has no benefit to using Microsoft on a Microsoft platform. Okay, so my basic plan is simple. I intend to have some skeletons spawn over there. Skeletons can't spawn anywhere else here because it's all bottom slabs, except this block. But they can't spawn except in that little corner. And so the moment a skeleton does spawn, we can just kill it. If the skeleton kills me, then we'll lose our longest hardcore world ever. But it's the only way I can get food reliably right now, besides killing my own animals. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to kill you. I'm now out of food, by the way. Alright, I'm out of hunger. I can't sprint towards enemies anymore. Kind of a problem. Because, yeah, I need to get a lot of food. Actually, wait. No, my source of food. I just realized we don't need to get a skeleton. We should get a skeleton anyway, now that we're trying. But I can trade for food. I have emeralds. I can do it that way. Also, good luck, Daddy Toy Cat. I remember when you called chat sluts. It says Pussykiller 69420. Are you saying you miss it? Is that what you're saying? We can go back to it being that way. Upgrade the Igloo to be a giant one because snow is renewable. So, snow is renewable. I could technically just do that. By the way, I've got a cherry drink today. I'm very excited for it. It's been in my fridge forever, and there just hasn't been an occasion where I can drink it. So I figured the revival of the Igloo stream is a great opportunity. Except all we've got is a creeper and a spider. Honestly, it kind of sucks how little of the mobs we want we're going to end up with here. But, that seems like it's just a good room, I guess. I'm going to not let the spider climb over. Don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah, what I am going to do is I'm going to kill you, and then I'm just going to go to sleep, and I'm going to eat food the normal way in the morning. I need some other food sources, but those can just happen in the background, I guess. Because down here is where the magic happens, chat. I think the emeralds might be up here, though. Nope, they're down here. Down here is where the magic happens, chat. There is something more wonderful than you could ever believe down here. And it's a man who will sell me food. I think. I hope. No, he's a loom. Where did I get my food from before then, chat? I've got 3 emeralds. Do I have to wait for you to grow up and I'm going to have to make you a composter? I think that's what we have to do. So, shall I go to bed hungry? That doesn't seem like a good idea, does it? No, I don't think I should. I think I need a source of food right now. So let's go get it. My handsome boy cat passed this morning. Thanks for giving me something to distract myself. I'm really sorry to hear that happened, Ed and Sony. Oh, we got zombies everywhere now. So that is technically food sorted. So let's... I should just have a bed here, really. You know what? Here's my bed. Let's sleep in it. Me and my cow. Yeah, I'm really sorry to hear that. I think, sometimes, yeah, like, just moving and distress. So there's definitely a skeleton somewhere. I can hear him clinking. But yeah, let's just kill all of these. Oh, there's a skeleton back there. Perfect. Okay. So apparently all it took was going downstairs, and we solved all of our problems. So that is a zombie who just jumped out. Oh, no! Oh, chat! Can you imagine? I can't deal with the idea of back-to-back hardcore deaths. Also, all of that work has gotten me 3 rotten flesh, which is technically... Oh, so only 1 arrow, no bones? Technically speaking, it's enough to get me back in the healing zone. Actually, no, not even technically then. I get, like, right above the healing zone, and then, like, sit there for a bit. Okay, then, so we have to sit and wait for our crops to grow, or we can feed it leaves again, I guess. Yeah, I think that's probably our best move, is shear another tree, give it some leaves, because I am going to seriously need that. Will a Greg sausage roll give me superpowers? You know, there's no guarantee that it won't. Let me tell you that much. You know, it's the closest thing we have to superpowers is the ability to be satiated in just £1.40's worth of food. So yeah, the Greg sausage roll, absolutely magical as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, is there a mob over here, or maybe did a skeleton die down here? Because I heard a skeleton and didn't see one earlier. So I'm hoping that means there was a skeleton here. Also, I should make myself a shield. I think that's going to be one of my biggest quality of life improvements that we should be going for. So now this guy has grown up to be a level worker, which means I can remove this block. Very wonderful. And then I can officially buy some more shears from this guy so I can get some food. It's very convoluted the way that I get food right now, chat. But I assure you it is worth doing. So this is a big tree, get it sheared away, and then move on, I guess. I mean, actually, Cat, have you seen the new Minecraft snippet from Warner Brothers? I still am. I am joining in the legion of people who are upset with Warner Brothers for their absolutely terrible handling of the Minecraft movie and the way they're doing it on YouTube. Again, they're being such a movie studio about one of YouTube's most beloved games, and so they're claiming content left and right. I just don't understand their strategy in the slightest. They're not apologizing when they're getting it wrong. They're like silently fixing it. I feel like someone needs to do something about that. But as far as the movie thing, I saw. Apparently it's for the NBA. Like, yeah, that's the audience, the Minecraft movie. That's who you really need to be going for, Warner Brothers. Great job. Glad you worked that one out. So yeah, I've got a stone pickaxe and a stone axe. Oh, I should have a stone axe. And then that means my wooden pickaxe is no longer required, chat. Very exciting times. So does this seed still work? Oh, that's a really good question. That's a really, really good question. So they did change seeds yesterday, kind of semi-silently. So there's a chance the answer is no. Anyway, what we can do now is we can use this until we get bone meal, which I will now be able to get using my entirely full inventory. No, I won't. So let's go fix that first of all. I need to put some stuff in here. Snow blocks, snow blocks, snow blocks. I've got so many snow blocks, I really could just make a whole igloo, huh? Put some planks in there too. Also, I code the CAT scan machine that scans your carry-on. My company just got the contract at Heathrow. Your bags will be scanned by my code the next time you fly. Oh, that is really exciting, Dr. Jedi Spartan. That's really, really cool. That's like high pressure. Like, I don't know. Oh, that's uncomfortable. I kind of sunk into it there, didn't I? So yeah, I've got to say, like, I always feel like it's such high pressure for anyone who has anything to do with airport security. Because everyone, even though everyone knows that it does nothing, we all pretend that it does everything. And so you can't have, like, you know, like a 0.1% failure rate for anything is good, but not for, you know, bag scanning. You know, that's disastrous, right? So I don't know how you deal with that pressure, but good job on doing precisely that. So yeah, I've now got 3 pieces of wheat and 2 seeds, which is interestingly is a downgrade there. I also have a ton of dirt that I could use to expand this little farm, which I think I'm just going to do. I think I'm going to make that commitment to do it right now. I think I'm going to build a brand new island, maybe to the side of the igloo. I think that is a place that would make a lot of sense, right? Like build a little farm out the front there. No, that's scary. Maybe over here. No, I think I have to pick a careful spot for this. And I think alongside that island makes sense. But I kind of like that this island is mostly untouched from what it was before. But we could just concede that that's not required and then start farming here anyway. Maybe we shouldn't. Maybe that's a bad idea in itself. But we've got 26 dirt that I can now grow crops on. Very, very exciting. I've got all of this cobblestone that I intend to do fun things with. So I'm actually going to start smelting that up now. I'm going to take some of my spruce planks and turn them into slabs. Each of these slabs gets you a lot of items smelted. So here is my iron supply now. And here I'm just going to throw in a stack of cobblestone. This seems like craziness, chat. But I want to have a lot of stone for my plans for the basement. Because, I want to expand it to make a big igloo. So now I could make myself a piece of bread, chat, instead of eating rotten flesh. But I'm going to do something quite different. Maybe controversial. I'm going to go and get a cow up here. I think a second cow would be very useful. And so, if he happens to be around, that would be nice. Did you buy the Minecraft experience tickets yet? I've had... the short answer is yes. The long answer is no. I will not elaborate at this time. But yeah, I'm going on the first day, and then the plan is to also go a week after the first day. It's gonna be pretty cool. It's kind of like a thing. Like I bet there's a ton of people that I know that are gonna be coming and doing this. So it's one of those like. I feel like I might even make more trips after that. But yeah, let's see. Are there any cows here, chat? Do you see any cows? I want to see some cows. but I don't see any cows. Cows? Cows. Where be the cows? There was one here earlier. I wish I had wheat on me. I'd have been able to take full advantage. But no wheat means no advantage. So now I'm going to do something a little bit, not controversial, but I'm going to do something very interesting. And I'm going to deliberately make myself a third villager. And that villager is going to be a, I guess a farmer. Because then I'll just be able to buy my food, and that's going to be substantially cheaper than the alternative. So let's go and do it. I'll pick up some of these spruce leaves that are rapidly despawning. I should make myself an axe too, so I can just chop this thing down. But let's go inside here, where I've got, again, I guess I can sell him sticks, and that's my inn if I need emeralds. Because then I can just take this block, remove it, and then put a composter there. Okay, so slabs. I need lots and lots of slabs to make one of these. Put the composter in. And what do we have here? We should have a farmer villager. So now I can buy bread, chat. So this is great, because it means instead of having to do this really time-consuming process, I can just buy bread whenever I want it. And this is wonderful, because I don't just need bread for me, right? Bread for me is, like, lovely. I'm very, very happy to be able to eat. But also, it means I can give bread to my villagers, because that's what they need to breed. They need bread. They need breed to bread, I think is what you could say. Yeah, I think it's super, super cool. But yeah, right now, I think if we're going to have any more breeding, we basically have to concede that there's just not enough space here right now, right? I am kind of living in a very concealed space, in a very tight space. So we need a base worthy of these villagers, but also of my other endeavors. And so what's the logical way to do that? Expansion, I think. Again, I think it just almost perfectly has the same shape as the igloo, just made out of stone. So I figured, why not build on the igloo shape? Because rather than, yeah, I want to keep my base igloo the same way it is and have all these tendrils coming up it. And so it's going to be a bigger igloo, but made from stone. A block that previously I couldn't access, but now I have by the, you know, a large amount of, I guess we could say. Also, I don't have any more oak saplings, do I? Do you know where they went? Do I have them in a chest somewhere? Will you be organizing a meetup, Toy Cat? Or just come talk if you see me vibe? I think I'd get in trouble if I officially organized a meetup. I know that like in the early days of YouTube that would happen a lot. Like you, I think I could not organize a meetup if I wanted to. So I think it'd be more logical just be like, yeah, if you see me, say hello. I'll sign a thing for you if you want me to, or take a selfie or whatever the thing is, and yeah, could be real fun. But yeah, let's name the farmer Sean. Sean the farmer. You know, adorable ho. I'll give you naming rights on my farmer. If I get a name tag before I forget his name, that can be it. So yeah, if I want to, I can now take these spruce leaves and use them to bone meal these trees. But I don't need to do that because of just how effective it already is. So yeah, I've got a very lovely house here with Mr. Eggman here and my lovely cow. But I am going to make an upgrade anyway. Also, should I go for an iron axe actually? No, I'm going to go for a shield. Chat, this is the revolution. This is the moment I become unkillable. I now have a shield, and I am protected from the world. I'll make an iron chestplate too, actually, for the same logic. It feels wasteful. I can't bring myself to do it, chat. A single iron axe, I mean, a single, you know, a shield for 1 iron, that's incredible. That's infinite damage reduction in exchange for 1 iron. But 25% damage reduction in exchange for 8 iron that will eventually die. I don't know. But yeah, I've got to say, shield is here. I'm now protected from the cow. He can't attack me in my sleep. I'll be doing just great. So, yeah, I'm gonna cook up a lot of stone, and in the meantime, I'm going to maybe chop down some wood. I guess I need it for the furnace. If I want to have a renewable furnace, that's the way I do it. But yeah, I kind of have to just... also, I want logs for my design, so we're going to chop some of these down too. I've got some big plans, chat, and those plans are going to start to come to fruition now. So I'll also, if I've got some wheat anyway, 2 wheat means I can breed 2 of these guys together, and I can get a 3rd sheep, which is just wonderful. Absolutely wonderful, if you ask me. I could maybe dye one of them black if I got my hands on squid. There's not a lot of squid up here, is there? Also, I'm going to place this cauldron down because if it rains, I'll be able to get water without requiring a... what's the name of the villager? The bucket man. I won't need a bucket man if this cauldron is where this cauldron should be. And so that's why I'll do precisely that. I'll just leave this in front of the door. Yeah, that works. So, that cow does look mischievous. Good, cool. I mean, just look at him. How can you not be untrustworthy? I'm keeping my eye on him is all I'm saying. So food is now sorted. My breeding situation is sorted. My farms are sorted. Things are moving forwards, chat, in a very positive way. Also, you missed my last tip, says Pussykiller69420. I'm begging you of money. You should degrade me. Oh, also, yeah, you want me to call you all sluts again? Because it's what you are, chat. For attention. That's for sure. Oh, what's that? You're gonna type words? Oh, yeah, I bet you really want someone to read those words, don't you? Yeah, I bet you do. I bet you're not just typing them for yourself. There used to be this funny thing where, like, people would, like, mock you for stuff like that, being like, oh, yeah, you posting to social media because you want people to look at your posts? Oh, that's really cringe if you ask me. And it's like, oh, I don't know about that one, actually. I think that's actually why most people are here, including the sorts of people who would find this to be insultingly bad. Anyway, I'm going to move my grass over here slowly. I don't know how, but I'll just place a bunch of dirt there. And then that way we can get the... I want to get the dirt moving back across. And hopefully we can do that. So we don't need to have this over here. I can use my wooden shovel, which I don't have, actually. And we can kind of move that across. I'm going to make this entire island into a wheat island, therefore. And all it needs now is some water. And so I'll pre-build my water spot over, like... Yeah, I guess, like, over here. This can be... Oh, it's scary. This will be my water spot, chat. And so that's where water will go. Easy. And then I'll be able to have crops grow so much faster. Because right now, my crop growing strategy of just feed the spruce leaves to the bone grinder, you know, it works, but it doesn't feel great. I should maybe put a hopper on there, though. Yeah, let's do it. I've got iron. I've got a chest. A hopper is usable forever. So let's make one chest, one hopper. And now, this is the much more sophisticated way to get bone meal, chat. You put this above. You put this in there. And then it slowly feeds into it. I might need a hopper underneath it to actually catch it, because otherwise it's just gonna... Wait, what? Oh, it's just getting really unlucky. You know, it's actually sadder watching it go through a hopper. When you spam it yourself and see nothing, that feels less sad. Okay, I've got 2 bone meal now. But I don't have to do that manually, which is a nice improvement. So, yeah, I think my other improvements could probably be safety. Right now, there's just kind of big walls. And I was thinking of just making this all floor. But I think it might be safer or better if I just put fences on these sides instead. So if I place like a slab there and then a fence on top, I think that would keep me safe. No, that would look weird. I could put a fence on the block down here. Yeah, and that would work. It would look weird, but it would work. Or I could use cobblestone walls. Or I could just place another block with another slab on the top of these and make kind of like a pathway that looks like this. It's not a terrible idea either. I could even use trapdoors on the sides, and that way it definitely wouldn't spawn any blocks. Yeah, I think some trapdoors on the side would go real nice. Like, it looks decent enough over there. So why not do the same up here? And then I could remove some blocks rather than add them. I didn't know you could use hoppers on top of composters. You'd be surprised at how many weird niche redstone mechanics Minecraft has, just in case someone out there wants to do weird niche redstone. It's very, very nice of them, you could say. So let's go place my 9 wheat seeds down. I've got the seeds, I've got the space. I no longer expect to see mobs growing here, sadly. But it means that I can use it for this. And then I'll use these as well, I guess. No, I'll just 3 more blocks here. Wonderful. So yeah, I want to have a big spot where grass mobs can theoretically spawn. But we'll have to wait for that. For right now, I think the next big goal should be a cow. So I can get a food mob going. No, we don't need a food mob while we've got the the guy sorted. So I think my next big task probably is going to be the house then. Okay, let's do it. I'm going to use just 8 more of these to cook up an entire stack of this. And we're going to take my cobblestone, we're going to take my stone down, and I'm going to start building, chat. This is a little nerve-wracking to do. Oh, especially when you see stuff like that. This is nerve-wracking to do, but I think it is more or less required. So if we look at the design from out here, I don't know how I just swum through that, but I did. If we look at the design out here, from third person, which is the best view we can get, you can see that it's got like a lot of potential, but I want to go for like kind of like a 2016 style Minecraft house in the form of an igloo. If that makes any sense to anyone, you'll know exactly what I'm trying to do here. So I'm going to take my stone... This is so nerve-wracking, but there's no mobs here anywhere, right? Then I'm not going to get snuck up on by a creeper. So I'm going to go to the edge here, and I'm going to build on the corner of this, as silly as this seems on the surface, I'm going to place a block here, and I'm going to start building oak logs up on top of it. These oak logs will go till at least this ceiling. Let's just say for now. And then we'll do the same over here. We'll build a new floor out of stone. Again, I feel like stone bricks might be a better idea, but stone's what we're using. Very nerve-wracking to do this in hardcore chat. I've learned that no matter how invincible you feel, you never are invincible. And then we're just going to build across there. And we're going to go for one of these style houses. You know, like the A-frame or whatever you want to call it. But the idea is that... Okay, we can remove the ceiling now. So this is where the villagers are. Hello, friends. Do you see me? I see that you do. I'm improving your house. I'm renovating it right now. So we could go for a higher ceiling if we wanted to. But we're going to build out the area under this exact same logic of like... So that's 5 blocks across. So now we could go 1, 2, 3, 4... And then 5 is going to be a pillar down here, which is going to be the next part of this area. Okay, so I have to do something about this. No, I don't. I just have to be careful about what I do over here. So now we remove these blocks. Oh no, I don't want to lose any. Yeah, I'm doing this all wrong, chat. Is it fine? I think it's fine. I think 2 blocks down. I think that is the lowest block in the structure, right? Yeah, there are no blocks below that. So I'm just going to place 2 wood on there. Yeah, I'm going to step down, because I need to grab those. Then 1, 2, 3. And then this is the next part of our design. Pussy Killer 69420. Chat. What is happening with these tips? You like degrading, chat? Oh, I bet you do. I'm rhyming. Gotta have good timing. You know, I feel like I don't think it's a part of being degraded to do some freestyle in the middle. I've got to say. Did you ever finish your Beacon Neverite? No, I've got too many unfinished projects. And what happened was the spawn rates were just so horrifically low. And so I had to like I had to just undo all my progress to start it again. And then I was like, well, this is depressing. If I'm starting a new project, let's pick a fun one. And then I started building a lava river. And the cycle continued, is what I'm saying. The cycle continued. I might put a limit on the size of projects that I start to go for. That might be a useful thing for the future. Okay, so this is going to be... I'm going to remove the ceiling for all of this, I guess. Because I want to build something else in its place. But not right now, right? I think stone bricks is a nice idea. But we could go with a much higher ceiling using this wooden framing if we want to. Okay, so now we mine these blocks. Oh, what happened there? Something odd happened. Also, I think I went 1 block too low here. Yeah, I think I messed up. So I'm gonna have to grab this bed. Grab this block. No, I don't want to lose these blocks forever. I'm never gonna get more mossy cobblestone, so I really have to consider like how important is this to me. And then we stack up here. And then it's any amount dark, so we're going to bed right now. Not even a question, chat. Whew. It's yeah, I think the lava river, are you going to make a base underneath it? I think I just want it to be a cool thing to look at from underneath. I'm not a big believer in, like, build a base into every structure you build. So, what? Chat? What? How? Did anyone just... Did that happen? Did you... Is that a bug? Is that just how igloos generate? Chat, you saw that, right? That just happened. That's real? You can mine cobblestone and some amount of it will be infested? That can't be design. That's gotta be a bug. I don't even know how that would benefit anyone. Wow. Strange. I don't like silverfish are bugs, right? I guess it was a bug. You've never seen a silverfish in an igloo before? No, I didn't know it was something I should be expecting. I feel like it would be useful in some way. I don't know how, though. I have silverfish in my house in real life, chat, and it's like, every time I see one, I'm like, please. Please tell me I didn't actually see a silverfish. But every time, it is a real silverfish. It's very terrible. Anyway, so let's get back to the building train. I'm gonna have to make a little, like, set of blocks to get myself up and onto the side here, so I'll use cobblestone, I guess. It does, in fact, do the job. If I place, like, a block here... Oh, no, wait. That's going to get in my way. So I'll remove this block. Yeah, I'll just use, for now... Like, if I place something here, like a slab... Or, like, a block... We just have to... Okay. Here's my bad plan. Gonna place 3 beds here. Simple, right? Then I place a block... Like a slab on top of the bed. I need some slabs anyway, right? Always need some slabs. And now I can jump onto this and up to here. So do you see where the vibe my base is going to take now, chat? I hope you do see the vibe. Because you're going to see the reality soon too. So it's kind of going around the outside of the entire thing. And I think that's something we have to continue on the inside. So I'm going to remove these blocks. I've got to worry about getting silverstone though, apparently. Silverfish. Silverstone is a racetrack in the UK. Okay, I can't lose any of the mossy ones, but I don't really mind losing the other stuff. It's not renewable, but it's not that short on... I'm never going to notice, you know. Okay, so... according to the wiki, Igloo have infested stone bricks, mossy stone bricks, and chiseled bricks. How is that ever going to come up? Who is ever mining one of these structures? I know I'm doing it right now, but who else, I tell you? So, Kat, when will you visit our realms on the stream? Probably not on the stream ever. I'm sorry, Art the Gamer. If you're asking when I'll do realm review, I'm planning to record it this week. I've done a little bit so far. My plan is to kind of take it into a new format. I try that every so often. And every so often, I'll be honest, it's failed more than it's succeeded. I hope that this will be an exception to that. Hopefully you agree. But yeah, that's what's kind of going on right now. So let's grab this block, and then I clearly need to store something somewhere, so just put some cobblestone piles in here for now. And then now we've got more space, so we can destroy this. And again, I'm horribly terrified now about finding infested silverfish. I've just learned it's a possibility, chat. So yeah, I forgot that was a block that had nothing below it. Scary stuff. The pattern here seems to be every 4th block has a chiseled cobblestone. I forget how you make chiseled cobblestone, but I think it's something to do with slabs. So we're going to have to place one of those over here. So we'll do that later. For now, this can go here just fine. And we can do the same on this side without too much concern, right? In fact, let's place top half slabs. I've only got so much cobblestone. So let's make our stone bricks. Like this, and then we can combine them together to make chiseled cobblestone. I mean, chiseled stone. Perfect. So now we remove this block. Oh, I don't really need to get it back that badly. We place a chiseled stone brick there, and we can do that everywhere we go. So I'm now going to remove the beds again, because they're in an annoying spot once more. Really, it'd be best if they were just, like, picked up for the duration of this, but You know, I'm working with what I've got here, chat. Okay, there, and also over there. Every time I empty my inventory, it just immediately fills up with new stuff that I found. Okay, perfect. Now we can start doing the same on this side. So we remove the blocks that exist, hoping we don't get silverfished. And, okay, watch out for this. And then we place a cobblestone slab, because those are cheaper, or stone brick slab. There. I could make them go down a block, actually. Yeah, if I leave this as being a full block and then have the rest go down, it'd make my base safer. But maybe more risky in a way, you know? Maybe, yeah, I'll come up a block if I need to later. I think it'd be better than going down a block. And then that way it'll have like a block below it. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, chat. Ah! Again, it's hardcore, chat. That if he immediately attacked, would just be over. I don't like that is a thing that can be true here. I guess I really should work out if they're silverfish or not before I mine them. So place a block there and here, and then one over there, and then a block over there, and then a block over there. Now I can safely mine this, not having to worry about that silverfish. No, it's not. Perfect. Okay, and then now we just need to make this a bit easier. So we place a block there. I've now got a little climbing frame. And we can remove these blocks too. Okay, chat. Yeah, it's going nicely. And now my house is coming together. I'm begging you to live. Thank you for begging me to live. This is what I need in my life. The positivity of someone coming in here and saying, choose life. Okay, so now I'm going to make a bunch of slabs. And then take some of those slabs. If you're curious about the recipe for the stone brick, it's just this. So I'll make a bunch more of those. Then a ton more of these. Now I've got enough of both to hopefully make the floor pattern make sense. And I can start placing these everywhere. And I'm not sure what I'll do about this cobblestone. Yeah, I think I'm going to build on top of this, actually. Because I'm also going to have oak logs go this way now. But how far this way? I do not know that I can say. Okay, so chiseled stone and chiseled stone. But yeah, I thank you very much. I appreciate the tips on the stream so far. I get confused sometimes, but isn't that the beauty also? Okay, so this is lovely, and isn't it just? Okay, so that's 4 blocks. Here's 5. So we need to have one more of these. Oh, no, we don't actually. Now we just place a stone block slab there and build it up to match. Okay, so this is kind of going to be the front of the igloo. Do you see that up there? This is going to be the front there. It's going to go out 1 block. So then we'll do the same, but going like this way. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we'll go off to the side again. And we're going to do that, and we're going to have like this giant space that is available to us. Right now, not having walls is a little bit scary. But it is the requirement to build progress. So it's what we're going to do. Oh, it's so terrifying. I don't love it, chat. I don't love it. One of my favorite tips ever went by the name Gabe Itch. Everyone say Gabe Itch very quickly. So that we can all channel our inner Gabe Itch. Anyway, I think infested blocks are mined faster. Yeah, I think it's if you try to mine it with your fist, you'll mine at the same speed. That's the tip. So if I look around these, I'll be able to find which ones are infested. Statistically, one of them must be, right? No more infested blocks. Oh, there we go. See, this is infested, chat. See, not infested, infested. That's how you can tell. But when you're using a pickaxe, it's much harder to tell. Do you see that? Like, it's a little bit faster, but like imperceptibly far. Anyway, so now what we're gonna do is, I think we should just build these walls. I think that's what we're gonna have to do. I don't think I can do it any other way, chat. So should we use cobblestone, or should we use stone bricks? Or should we use... I could use planks for now, just as like a lazy filler block. Let's see what it looks like. And then we can always delete it later, right? Yeah, even if it's just like, put something like this up. This one extra block makes me feel infinitely more confident. But we got to do the similar thing over here. So oak logs that go this way. And then planks that go this way to stop me falling off the edge. It's all coming in now. And then the roof of this, I guess we could still make out of snow. Because I think that might be cool. I've got a bunch of snow to use anyway. The only decision is how tall should it be. I think the igloo is too high. Like 2 blocks high. So we'd have to make it at a certain height to make this all make sense. But we'll do it when we do it. Okay, for now, I think the chicken farm is done now. You think the chicken farm is done? Also, chat, the game just... oh, by the way, here's my real skin. If you want to see the difference, this is cute toy cat with wide eyes. This is regular toy cat, no eyes. Okay, I'm just gonna sneak out of that. Very funny that Minecraft decided to do that to me. Whew, I'll send my world in 2027, and toy cat can return to a graveyard again. Oh, I love your graveyard. It's the inspiration, Jaden, for pay me $10 and I'll kill you. It's every time I see a cool graveyard, I'm like, yeah, this is a great idea, right? This is a grave idea. Gee, cute toy cat. I'm glad you think it's cute. A lot of people have been like, why are you weird toy cat or flat toy cat? And it's like, excuse me, not all of us can be as perfect as these people. Anyway, how are you all doing, chat? It's been a long time for this series, but I want to know how things are going for you specifically. One of the cool things about doing this live is that we can have these moments where I realize that you are human. Tell me something human in your life. I would love to hear. You know, usually the fact that I'm surrounded by humans, you know, terrible part of life. Today though, you know, maybe got some benefits. So they getting up on the wrong side of the bed, says a man chooses. You know what? That is, it's one of those funny like phrases, right? Like, oh, he got up on the wrong side of the bed. It's a weird thing because I personally I've never had the inkling of rolling on the other side. I'm on the side of the bed that's close to the door. So why would I go to the wrong side of the bed? I would get back in bed and get out on the right side, you know? There's my solution to that problem. I'm eating mac and cheese, says Josh Jones. Also, man, it's mac and cheese is one of those weird meals where it became really trendy recently. But it's like, I think I've got this same bias towards all Italian food. It's like so hard to justify being, I don't know, like I think mac and cheese, you have to add like lobster to it before I'm like, oh, that's a fancy meal. It's otherwise it's like, yeah, it's like a cheese toasty. You can't convince me a cheese toasty is a bougie. Also, I can make mossy stone brick stairs. I was like, oh, didn't realize I had vines. Although if I do get vines, I'll be able to make them. So that's handy. So let's make a few more of these. And then let's get back to our pattern, chat. So this is the pattern of the igloo. It's not my pattern. It's the pattern the game has chosen, and I am just duplicating it. So I've also got some more wood, which I can use for these, which will be handy. So this is 5 blocks, and then it's the next wood. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the next wood goes after that. So there's another piece of chiseled stone here, and another one over here, and then another one over here, and another one over here. And this is actually getting easier as I go. I'm starting to work out, like, most of it is stone bricks. So if I just treat it like it's mostly stone bricks, it works out well for me. Then we obviously are going to have a stone thing under there as we build up our oak log right here. Perfect. Okay, so this is coming together now, chat. Do you see the vision yet? If you don't see the vision, it's okay. Not all of us are built for that. So now that means we should remove these blocks. Oh, actually, this is scary. I'm going to put blocks behind it first. So, chiseled stone brick, chiseled stone slab, chiseled stone brick, chiseled stone slab, chiseled stone brick. Remove whatever blocks are over here. Great. This is good. The fact that that's there is a little bit of a mess in the plan, but it's totally fine. Regular block. And then chiseled, and then regular. And one more chiseled. And there we go. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to build another layer behind that too. Because I have to work out how this is going to be divided into rooms, but like later, right? That sounds like a future me problem if I've ever heard one. More precisely, mac and cheese originated in England. Is that true? You know, I don't need any evidence, actually. That sounds true. If it's good, it came from the UK and was perfected somewhere else. If it's bad, we didn't let anyone else touch it. That's the rule of thumb for things made in this country. But yeah, there's a snowstorm hitting Ontario, and I have to listen to stream as I drive my mum's, so I can get to work safely tonight. Oh, that's fun. You live in Ontario. Ontario? How is that, Sarah's Skin Review? I really think it's, I think it's especially interesting. I feel like anyone from any other part of Canada is like, yeah, I live in Canada. But if you live in Ontario, you're like, oh, I live in Ontario, you know, comma, Canada. It's an interesting little thing. Maybe, probably Quebecers too, actually. They're like, maybe depending on the conversation. But yeah, so I keep up with the weather there, and it's very, very cold. There's warm Ontario where it's very cold, and then there's like cold Ontario where it's like you might die if you go outside cold. And I think it's fun that that's the temperature scale. It's cold and miserable, but eggs are cheap. You know, I hear people will overthrow a government on the basis of the price of eggs, so it's good to know that you can keep them going good. Also, fun fact, Ontario is on the same latitude as the UK. Yeah, no, you've actually got that it's even more shocking than you're saying, Aaron Ratcliffe. The UK is on the London is on the same latitude as Edmonton. I want to say it might be Calgary, but it's like it's really far north. So like Toronto is substantially farther south than London is. By the time you get to like, you know, the south of the US, you're in like the Mediterranean. I'm in warm Ontario except for today. Please, can you recolonize America? They're being stupid. You know, we're having a big, you know, there's a big worldwide debate on like remigration, right? Like, so, you know, why not recolonization? I think this is the natural state of being in the world sometimes, where like we make a lot of progress, but we don't really, you know, and then we start looking for progress's sake, and then that progress for progress's sake gets ripped on as being, well, this is dumb, and then we start to undo the entire thing because like it all looks dumb. Speaking of, Tenarius, thank you so much for becoming a channel member. I've been to Edmonton, pretty neat. I've only ever been to Calgary. I have plans actually to go to maybe Edmonton in the summer. I've got myself like a bit like trapped in the flying game by, okay, so I'm gonna build across here now. Okay, and then we'll have another thing going down. I probably need to be chopping down way more oak trees than spruce trees at this point, because I think that's what my design is lacking more. But I'll do the hard bit first and the easy bit later. In the exact opposite of true toy cat form. That's what I'm gonna do here, chat. Okay, so place all of these down, including in parts where the game doesn't want me to. Right here. Place it. Place it. Place it. And place it. And then we'll fill in the gaps and go for the next layer. I can't do that without scaring myself, actually. So just run across and do it. And it's cool. My igloo basement is becoming massive, which means I'll finally have space for more villagers. In fact, maybe I should start going for that space now. All I need is sticks, and I can get a lot of sticks very quickly. Like, there's 48. There's another something number. So let's trade with this guy. Let's give him some sticks. I could trade some sticks for a bow now if I wanted to. I could even get to the level where I trade for a crossbow. I don't want that at all. What about this guy? Is there anything I could want from him? At his next trade, he's going to offer me green dye. And then he'll give me... I can buy green wool too, but I'm not going to do that. No, it's the opposite. I have to give him green dye. So I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that at all. You should try to make an iron farm. Yeah, at some point this world will require an iron farm to be functional, which is a bit of a weird one. But yeah, I'm ready for that. I'm gonna be making it happen. So yeah, this if you're curious what we're up to right now, if you've just joined the stream, this is my Igloo survival. At 54 days old, it is my oldest hardcore world where I have not died. That is a critical thing to clarify there. And what is interesting about it is we are currently building out our Igloo basement. This is where you get 2 villagers. I'm going to be building it into a whole mega area for the villagers to live, because I need to have a lot more than 3 villagers. And I was running out of space for the beds and everything else. And so we need to go very, very big. Okay, so I live in New Glasgow, Nova Scotia. Love the East Coast. Oh, the East Coast of Canada is so shockingly close too. Like, you can be there in like 5 hours or something. Amazed at how close the world is when you boil it down. The gap between continents is always shrinking, I guess. At some point it would be like unfathomably far. And now it's like, oh, it's just like over there. That's all you gotta do if you want to get here. So I'm gonna have to have an area of this which is dedicated to furnaces. I want to have a campfire too to like cook food easier. But yeah, it's gonna be wonderful. So Cat making a poppy iron farm. I may faint. Man, she says, don't worry, not for a long time, that's for sure. So yeah, I'm trying to sleep every night as early as possible, and it'll be great. I just watched a video on saying materials, and you're not, lol, you need a stone cutter. I actually don't need a stone cutter right now. If I was using wood to make stairs, or rather stone to make stairs, I would. But slabs are just as cheap, not with a stone cutter. If you concluded that video by thinking I do need a stone cutter, it means I finished that video wrong. Or you missed the message. One of the two. So there's some food for my thoughts. Okay, I can now combine these stacks together. I think I am going to make an anvil, chat. I'm not going to do it yet, though. I'm going to save the idea. And also keep picking up eggs. My chicken farm is going well. And I'm going to chop down some oak trees while I'm up here. Because I need to do that quite a bit. Gonna need a lot of oak trees for a lot of oak logs. I shouldn't have committed to using oak logs when spruce is just so much more plentiful. But I did. And so here we are, I guess. I don't have any oak saplings on me. I put them back in the chest. Okay, so let's grab like 3 more. 1, 2, 3. I don't know, like 4. That'll be fine. Let's grow some extra oak trees. And we could chop down the... Yeah, we might as well while we're here, right? If we're already at the big tree, we could chop it down. No, I don't want to do it. I do want to shear this, though. I think getting more beds is going to be required soon. So I want to get ahead of the curve on that. And so I'll make a couple pairs of shears and just do it big. Farms in Minecraft overrated, IMO. Tedious to set up for little payoff for the time. Yeah, I think a lot of people try to justify what they want for the output for their farm because they put so much work in. It's like a self-perpetuating cycle, I guess. Also, I need to move this probably to the other side over here. So yeah, I think I want to make more of these little things for villagers. I don't know where would be best to do it, but I'll find a spot, make some boats there. Yeah, we'll definitely make some boats as a way to do it. And for now, I'm just going to buy 2 shears. 1 shear, 2 shears. And the plan with these is to shear my sheep every time I can, but also the trees. It'll be great. Hey, so I got great to see you today. Have you noticed a weird reset/redo bug that makes the player unable to move when you try to fly? I've noticed it unless you have an absolutely clear path to fly. Reset/redo bug that makes it makes you unable to move when you try to fly. No, actually. I'm trying to understand, be like, maybe I know it and I just can't. Am I one of those things where I see it and I'm like, oh yeah, that's been annoying me forever. Also, it turns out 13% of chat are Canadian. Shocking. Everyone's Canadian in chat today, chat. Very lovely. I think there's a lot more Canadians on the internet that are like, oh yeah, I have kind of just assumed. I know, I feel like I'm picking up a lot more Canadian subscribers. So I wonder if it's like a, like a buy Canadian is a big thing right now. maybe the logic is along the lines of like, oh, yeah, we need to stop consuming American content. So we'll go on American social media and watch British people instead. That is my... Honestly, something I didn't realize, like, this is like the downside of going on such a aggressive strategy, is it gives the world like so much space to like mobilize back against you. I didn't really like properly appreciate like the extent to which American brands have like become mainstays in the UK. And I think that's like perfectly fine. But if you live in a world where you don't think that's fine, like the country that has that coming from it, it's a very interesting point. I'm glad to be any nationality except my own right now, says Cool Cakes. Oh, what nationality are you not glad to be right now? You should be glad to be every nationality. This is my hot take, but like, whether you say it's okay or not, everyone's a little bit proud of where they come from when it's... Actually, you know, I think everyone's proud of where they come from, except, especially when it's bad. You use being proud of where you're from to cover up the weaknesses. Like I live right now in... also, Pogo! Good to see you. Message from my mum. Pogo is so unhinged. I'm sorry for her behavior. At least she's paying you though, I guess. You know, Pogo's mum, I appreciate... I think, you know, it's interesting that you would use the word unhinged. That's very down with the kids of you. I feel like that's one of those new, you know, 2025 words. Anyway, yeah, I think everyone gets a little like proud of where they're from, but it's like as a defense mechanism often. Like to give you an example, I don't like I grew up where I lived. Everyone's like, there's nothing to do here. It's so lame. And so I moved to like the big town next to the little town where I was from, and I was like, oh, it's cool. There's like a Burger King. There's like you know, there's like all the shops you could conceivably want, like 20 of them. It's cool living here. Like it was nice to move, and like, you know, when everyone criticizes it, I'm like, actually, you know, like we're reachable by train from, you know, one of the world's mega cities. And so like, you know, now I live in what is objectively a much better place. I live in the biggest city in good Europe. And sorry, Dasho. Always you accidentally catch some strays on that one. But I live in a very big city. It's one of the best places in the world to live. But, you know, now it's a place where I have to do the same thing because, like, everyone knows why it's good to live somewhere, but everyone focuses on the bad. So I'd be like, no, you don't understand. If you think London's unsafe or whatever, if you think London is bad, let me tell you a billion reasons why it's actually good and why you're actually wrong. So I'm gonna put a bunch of these in here. So I've got the piles of them anyway, right? And then I'm gonna make another hopper. It's kind of expensive to be making this many hoppers, but I think it is worthwhile. Okay, so make a chest, then make a hopper, and I can put it underneath, and then I'll have a place to store this. Oh, that can't go underneath properly. So I'll put this underneath, and now it can store all that stuff. Wonderful. Chat, look at me. I've got a composter farm. Isn't it lovely? Isn't it just perfect? But more seriously, doesn't it allow me to save some hassle on what I'm doing here? Yes, it does. So, yeah, I think, honestly, chopping down these spruce trees, it's just too much work for not enough payoff, I think. I think that's what I'm genuinely starting to conclude. Too much time, not enough reward. So, I don't like this town. Turns out I don't like any town. I'm just depressed. Yeah, it's really easy to blame your immediate circumstances. But also, it's easy to do the reverse. To be like, oh, yeah, things are bad, but... oh, it's unrelated to the fact that this is the best. Is getting mugged a serious concern in London, or is it more of a false stereotype? Oh no. Okay, so I think genuinely. So I'm gonna criticize where I'm from. This is going against the. Also, 24% of people are Welsh. A lot more people are Welsh than Canadians. We've proven it now, chat. More seriously, though, I think I should make another chest up here. I think this should be a double chest. I think that's just what we've got to do. I have no space for anything right now because I'm just not... My inventory management skills could do a bit of work. So let's do it. Let's throw this all in there. Yellow wool. Oh, I've got plenty of beds to be able to make. That's good to see. Put some slabs in there. Combine these together, put the white wool in there. Yeah, I've got lots of beds on the go. And if my sheep have regrown their wool, I might even have a third sheep on the go. Oh, no, I don't. But yeah, I probably should actually breed a fourth sheep, because that'll make it substantially faster. Let's do it. Someone in chat said use your wooden hoe when you hoe for seeds, because you'll get more. I don't know if that's true, but I want to believe it's true enough that I'm going to believe in it anyway. So then we'll grow this. Break it with my fist, and I got one seed that time, right? Maybe there is some truth. But yeah, now I've just got 2 extra seeds. Don't need to do much of them. So I can make a little farm chest here. But that's the problem when you start making chests everywhere. So place that back there. Place another tree over here. And then we could... Oh, well, let's shear some vines. And look at this, chat. Now I can make mossy cobblestone if we want to. Great example of Toygat getting distracted. Yeah, I think this is one of the funniest things that I would love to tell you is manufactured in some way. But when I play Minecraft, I can't not get distracted. It's just not possible. I'll try, and I will never succeed. So we'll put these saplings like down there, and we'll put all of these on like one pile together. And then put these next to each other. I think later we can make a big storage room. In fact, I think the basement will be a great place for a storage room later. But for now, it is how it is. Okay, so let's go down there. And let's make ourselves a ton of slabs for a furnace. Ooh. Where I come from, if you try to mug someone with a knife, you'd be laughed at, says a man chooses. No. What I should... This is a thing. This is why I'll never have the correct number. You know, the right move when you're trying to like be friendly. This is advice for you, chat. Don't do what I'm about to do right here. No, where you live, you won't be laughed at if you try to mug someone with a knife. Where you live, if someone threatens you with a knife, you'll give them what they're asking for. I'm sorry if that's like, you know, oh, I'm sorry if it's part of your culture that knives aren't scary to you. I don't know where that is. Is it a gun comment? Is it a you're so strong you don't need knives comment? I don't know. But sorry, I think that if someone tries to threaten you with a knife where you live, you're going to give them what they're asking for, and I would hope so. That is in your interest to do that. Sorry to say that I think that's true. I think that it's like the easiest. Also, oh, I don't like that, chat. I need to fix that in the morning. Yeah, I'll move this bed for now because I don't want to sleep near that. I'll put it right in the middle of nothing, where I hopefully won't die. But yeah, so getting mugged in London isn't a big thing. What is a big thing is like phone snatchers. I think we're like one of the only cities on the planet where you can't have your phone out in public because it will be stolen from you. In Mexico City, you carry 2 phones, one for being mug purposes and the other one for personal use. Yeah, I definitely have considered getting a muggable phone. It's annoying. Yeah, it's something. Its security is something I consider quite a bit. But there aren't a lot of, like, easy actual solutions to it. Because, like, my actual fear, if you're curious, every time I've had my phone stolen, my big, Jesus Christ, I'm scared, is my phone is logged into my YouTube account. That is my income that someone can mess with. Like, even if they just decide to upload a video of them being, you know, a dick to my... you know, if they just decide to upload to the YouTube channel, they could get me suspended for whatever it is they're doing. But if they realize that there is money attached to that, they can extort me, you know, like... Thankfully, every time someone's stolen my phone, it's been... again, they literally... They turn it off immediately, so you can't track it, which is great. I love that. And then they sell it for parts to someone. You can't actually... Also, that's not correct. If you're curious, you can't actually sell a phone for parts in the Western world. Like, your iPhone won't accept a battery from another phone unless it's specifically approved by Apple. And your phone won't work if you lock it remotely. But there are parts of the world that don't play by those rules, where the phones can be sold to. Or you can, I think certain phones are worth parts. And some people, they use them as, like, scams in themselves. They'll sell a working phone, but the moment they connect it to the internet, it won't work anymore. There's a lot of reasons to have a phone and to turn it into money. But they're all kind of disgusting, I think, like, to take someone's money that way. Also, the father of one of my childhood friends was mugged by a guy with a knife. He wore a beard the rest of his life to hide the ugly scar. Oh, man. He mugged and hurt? I think that sucks. Like, just, you know, like, you're allowed to take someone's money, all their stuff, but when you take both, that's not okay. That's not, you know, I think I take back the bit about you're allowed to take someone's money or their stuff. But you get the idea. Okay, so then we're going to go this way 5 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then that's going to be the second layer of the igloo out. And then we're going to have like a big window. I don't know how I'm going to make a window, but I think you can buy glass from the cartographer. And then that's going to go over there. And the igloo, it's coming together nicely, chat. The only thing I have to work out is this big stone thing. It just looks kind of ugly right now. I'm hoping as I build more around it, it will look less so. Oh, there's nothing below it. That's terrifying. So just put that back over there. Put these in here for now, I guess. And there we go, chat. So, again, lots of movement needs to be done. A lot of rearranging has to be organized. But for now, it's pretty nice. I just have emotional scars. I get scared of hearing bikes and motorcycles now. Yeah, I know, Xavier. Yeah, it's... I don't like that it's happening to other people, too. You know, the thing that really disappoints me, this is my, like, my rat... This... So, I know right now it's trendy to be like, oh, yeah, well, I think it's cool, you know, because the people I dislike are trying to cut government spending, I must therefore be in favor of government having a blank check to do whatever they want. Like, I know that's, like, the correct, trendy opinion or whatever. But, I think it's, I think one of the, like, really viciously, like, not evil, but approaching on it things that basically every government body does is, if you're a private company, the way you get more money is you sell more stuff. If you're Minecraft and you want to make more money, either you sell more copies of the game or you sell merch or something, right? But when you're publicly funded, either by if your donations funded, it's also it's a similar game. You can make a decent argument. But when you're government funded, the way you get more money is when the public thinks it's in their interests to give their money to you via the indirect taxation. And you know, for a while that worked with a line of like, oh yeah, just take someone else's money and you can give it to the police or whatever. But now it's like, oh yeah, so the police aren't happy with their budget. And so, you know, like by and large, the crimes that no one is happy with but that need to be done, you know, like dealing with when someone dies or if someone speeds, they get full funding, don't you worry. You know, like the easy work, I guess you could say, that is funded entirely. But the most consequential thing, like in London, we have a huge phone crime problem. The most consequential thing day to day to people, that's on the side. That's like wow, if we had more funds, we could you know, better stop phone snatching. But we just can't do it, you know, not with the current amount of officers. We've only got 50,000 police or whatever. How do you expect us to stop a very recognizable group of people doing something in a very consistent area? It's just not possible. And there's something about that I find to be like actively like, oh, that makes me feel bad about the entire system, you know? It's kind of like built into every organization that like, if you are, the things you cut first are the things that will make you the money first back, right? Can you carry pepper spray? Oh no, here's a fun fact that's actually illegal in the UK. Also, can we take a second to celebrate the bones? It says, cool cakes. I think we should take a second to appreciate them. You are right. I like your thinking. Also, I'm going to place an oak sapling here now. I now have all of this bone chat, which I could then use to make a bunch of carrots. Could make some wheat and feed. Actually, I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to breed my sheep. But first, yeah, I need to grow a bunch more trees. I need more dirt, and I need a lot more saplings. You know it's not that easy, says Polly. My point is that if you're making the organizational larger scale decisions, right? The budgetary decisions. It's equivalent to there's a concept in America of like government shutdown, but what it actually means is like, oh yeah, the things that like I think it's like national parks shut down and we stop paying our employees. So it's like the most monstrous things that you can cut are the first things that you cut, so that it's clear that you shouldn't cut things. And I think something about that is like, oh, that makes me feel bad That makes me feel like you're not, you know, like if as a you know, if you as a individual or as a business, you know, as any other form of finance, if you have less money than you can, if you are earning less money than you spend, you cut the most, you know, like you cut the least necessary forms of spending. You're like, okay, I probably shouldn't have that, you know, Crackle subscription. maybe you know, like whatever it is, right? You cut back on, I don't know, like avocados and coffee or whatever the meme is. But if you start cutting back first, and you're like, okay, the first thing I'm doing now that I don't have enough money is I'm just gonna stop paying my water bill. I just, you know, I think I could. I think if I stop paying my water bill, then, you know, that just might be the first place to start. And it's like, no, not there, right? Not there. I think that's how it feels. That's how it looks from the outside. Whenever there is a funding issue in any, also not the coffee. Okay, so I'm gonna now breed my sheep to get one more. I would love to hear how it is from your perspective, by the way, Polly E. I would be absolutely fascinated. Preventing petty crime is very easy to do. I wouldn't say it's very easy though, right? Because there's like 3 parts of it, and that's what's annoying, I guess. You know, here's a really interesting argument I never thought about till recently, but like the thing that as consumers, I think people want the most is when a crime has happened, they want to feel like the police is doing something. But when a crime has happened, it's like too late. That's like, it's done by that point, right? Like the preventing the crime happening is the most valuable thing. By the time it's happened, it's very hard to ever catch someone. Like even murderers, right? Where you put like, you know, like detectives and people who know what they're doing. Do you know what percentage of murderers like get caught? You would be shocked at like how easy, as long as you get away from a crime, you will get away with a crime, I think is maybe a fun mnemonic we could use to describe that. Adorable Ho, not worried about criminals getting them as much as mentally unstable people. You're saying, I don't think any laws will stop criminals. It's like the narrative one of Minecraft's trailers. Okay, no, I don't see it. Find petty crime. But yeah, petty crime's a really, really hard one to like solve after the fact. Like you're relying on the person staying in the same place where they did the petty crime. The best thing to do is to somehow convince people that petty crime is so not worthwhile. Do you think harsh penalties are a deterrent? No, I think the only actual the actual deterrent for anything in life, right, is your odds of being caught. But then that's really tricky. How do you make someone feel like there is no way they would get away with something? I guess you could also argue there's probably the only other way you can stop things. Putting criminals in prison prevents further crimes. I think that's controversial in its own right. Because prison is a lot more expensive to fund than policing, right? If you have a limited amount of money, you would ideally spend... I don't know, I think prison makes sense at a certain point. I think, like, if you commit more than 3 crimes... I think if you commit... Is it 3? There's a certain number where if you commit more than 3 crimes, you just start doing it infinitely. The moment you're out on the streets, you will just keep doing it over and over again. Which is actually like kind of a depressing stat, right? Like, you know, you want to believe that people learn their lessons, but a lot of people don't. So it's like, how do you stop people doing that first crime to get into the system? And how do you stop people going from 1 to 3? Some people would argue it is like, oh yeah, you put them in a place where they're not allowed to do crime. But I think that also leaves some room to be desired. Anyway, yeah, I think this is like one of the most complicated issues. Also, I did get a response from, I got one from Polly E, who is our police correspondent. We put most of our time into prevention, but you can never prevent any crime. It's not possible. I do think, so again, maybe that you got like a police perspective on this, very valuable. But I think on like a cultural level, you can, right? If everyone in your society all has a thorough like, I think there's some number of crimes that will happen from genuinely mental instability. Like, you know, who among us hasn't you know, gone, you know, like decided to tear up a, who hasn't done a crime just for the, you know, just because they went a little bit too far down something, right? Like I think there's a lot of silly stuff like that where it's like, oh yeah, well that's, but like there is some amount of crime is just fully unpreventable, but it's really, really a tiny percent, I would say. The biggest preventable crime to me is like professional crime, like people who are doing it for a living. It's like, well, how do you solve that? You make the honest living better. How do you solve that? Okay, that's another who knows again question, right? Are we blaming the government for crime? The problem is criminals making a choice to break the law, says Tenarius. Oh, I like this conversation. Toycat, just mugged this message, says Jaden Ogden. I have in fact just e-mugged you. Put your hands up in the air, Jaden. I appreciate the tip, by the way. Hope you're doing well. I don't know why I keep losing my slabs. I am doing a terrible job at building this floor. But we do have to build it. It needs to be built, chat. To some people, this is their favorite bit of Minecraft, right? Okay, so I really like this discussion of is crime a choice or is it an inevitability of your circumstances? I think the easiest way to prove that it's a choice is how many people there are that are absolutely desperate, who are absolutely on the brink, who would never consider stealing. And then compare that to the number of people who are very well off, who will steal a croissant from Waitrose just to, you know, just to feel something, you know. The fact that both groups exist is proof that you're, you know, like you're never like predetermined to do a crime. You're always choosing on some level at some point. It is a decision to crime. But then you look at different societies and you see there's hugely different crime rates. And some people would like to make that an argument about, you know, like, oh, I hate whenever those appear. I think some people would be very happy to make it an argument about, like, oh yeah, in some places they just do that. But like, you know, like a cultural argument that like some cultures are just better at preventing crimes than other cultures. And it's, did you hear that? It sounded like a skeleton. It's a really easy point to make, but it's then like even within very similar cultures, you get very different crime rates. And so there's so many factors which clearly affect it, but which don't make sense for the entire picture. Which is why I think you get to the point where you have to concede we don't know enough. Because like income definitely correlates to crime, but not perfectly. You know, the relative prevention of crime in places, if you raise the sentence for crimes, you can in some cases reduce them, but not all crimes. It's the crimes where people are often caught, but like the penalty is low when you raise that one. And so that's the only thing you can definitively actually say is that if you have a high likelihood of it going poorly, and you know that it will go poorly, you know, there has to be both high chance of being caught, and it has to be a known thing that there's a high chance of being caught, and then people won't do it. I think I don't know, the easiest example of that would be like speeding. Most people speed most of the time. When there is a speed camera, most people do not speed. This is a direct evidence, right? Some people will still speed because they don't know about the speed camera, though. And for those people, it's like, oh, yeah, you're here not because you are less moral than anyone else. Everyone else is still speeding the same amount. But you're here because you saw the obvious sign that something would happen, and you chose to ignore it. And whose fault is that? I don't actually know. 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we go 2 more blocks this way, which means one of these, and then one of these, and then one of these. I like how this is coming out, by the way. I'm surprised that we have this much stone to build it all. But the igloo's looking real nice. I am free to make severely bad life decisions, such as giving your money to Toycat, Jaden Ogden. You should be buying knives and self-protection devices. Also, the laws of physics say we have no free will. I think this is an interesting one, because I agree that we don't have free will, and yet I clearly disagree, right? I'm using my free will to make... If we don't have free will, then guess what? I'm not free willing my way out of this conversation and ending the stream. You know, actually, I think I'd free will my way into making more of this stream. But yeah, you don't have free will on like a molecular level, but you have free will on a every sense of the meaning of the word level. I think it is true that you don't get to choose certain things. You know, like you don't get to decide when you are hungry. That's a bit of free will you don't have. Also, I should harvest my carrots, I guess. These will be handy too, I guess. I want more saplings to grow. So I'm going to bring some dirt down with me. Where should I best get dirt? Should I chop down some of these blocks, maybe? Yeah, I'll take at least a few of them. Actually, I think I should leave the other dirt blocks here. I'm going against what I've just done there, but I think I should do that. And then we've got another couple of dirt blocks, which we'll just take from here and here. I'll bring them all down with some oak saplings. And then that way we can just grow some trees while we do the rest of our stuff. You have moral agency, not free will. Okay, then yeah, but I think most people when they say free will, what they picture is moral agency. Like free will, I used to be a really big believer in the fact that, yeah, you have no free will. Every decision you make from now until the day you die has been predetermined. Because if you knew exactly the state of the universe, exactly the amount of energy every particle has, you can work out exactly what is going to happen till the end of time. But that is an unknowable amount of knowledge. And so if you can't know, you know, like, what's crazy is how much predeterminism there is in, like, your genes determine so much about who you are going to be. I mentioned this, I met my biological father for the first time in a few years again recently. And, it's really shocking seeing the similarities between, like, him and myself, right? Because he, you know, like, it shouldn't be shocking. It's like half of his genes are in me. But it is shocking that there are behaviors we have that are the same. Because my behaviors aren't done based on my genes. At least I didn't think so. I feel like my behaviors come from my brain. Also, how are you getting all this stone? Cobblestone generator, says Guinea Pig's Adventure. So what it is that I did is I went to my nearest mountain and I mined it a bunch. That's where I'm getting the cobblestone from, and so I can make this big, beautiful build. Also, now we're gonna just make 4 dirt into enough for. So I guess this platform, yeah, this spot here. If we just place these semi-randomly, but like not truly. Then we'll have spots for trees. Wonderful. I need a lot of oak wood. It's kind of like it's not being a limiting factor yet, but I know it will be if I don't like keep on top of it. So I'm hoping for a big tree to come from one of these. And in the meantime, I'm placing all of my stone that I can. So let's make a ton more stone slabs. I feel that too. I'm also like, my estranged father is scary when I see him. Yeah, so clearly a lot of things that I assumed were my decisions, I've been assuming wrongly because I've been making those decisions due to some deep biological drive. Which is, you know, like the logical way our species works, that, you know, when you ultimately think about it, one of your ancestors, every single thing that you have done because one of your ancestors had a weird quirk about them and then reproduced with another one of your ancestors. And that's the entire way through down to you. Do I only have 2 beds now, chat? Oh no, it's in my inventory. Really stupid for that one. Why are my trees not growing though? That's my concern. I haven't seen my father in so long. He's so homophobic. Rip. I'm sorry to hear that, Carlisle. Yeah, I think I think there's like such a weird thing about noticing that, like, oh, this is biology, not, you know, thing. This is predetermined, if you will. And so if someone were to show you, like, oh yeah, here is how your body has been since you were born. You know that decision where you made this big leap? That was just because your brain prioritizes risk-taking, because one of your ancestors decided to, you know, like, travel for the berry bush rather than go to the one that was close by. And that was actually, as it turns out, the right decision. That's the only reason you thought it was right to make that call. You didn't weigh up the facts and go based on your, you know, like. And once you realize how emotional we are when we, was that the tree growing, chat? Do trees make a noise when they grow, or was that a sheep or something? Anyway, so I'm glad to have some more blocks, by the way. Even if it's a pain to get up to them. Oh man, this is a scary jump. Yeah, and so you could realistically look at every single one of your genes and all of your upbringing too. Like, the reason it is, chat, like, I sometimes look at my YouTube videos and I'm like, why do I have the YouTube strategy that I do? Why is this the type of video that I instinctively go towards? One of my examples of this is I keep making Seed Sundays, chat. I've just made one and I'm really excited for people to see it. But I know, statistically, looking at the data, people are done with seed content on YouTube as a YouTube long. People only watch YouTube shorts if they want to watch seeds. There is no longer a long-form market. Or at least it's substantially smaller than it ever has been. No one wants to watch, you know, when I say no one, I mean statistically, no one wants to watch seed videos anymore. But I keep making them. Why is it that I keep going back to that? Because a part of my experiences have told me, like, oh yeah, seed videos, they're really fun. The comments I get on them are some of my favorite ones. Like, you know, I feel like, you know, it's like one of those good long-term things. But I'm doing a thing that is objectively bad, and I keep doing it to myself, chat. You know, like, it's a poor, but the reason I do it is because of that data. Even going back more, it's like, Toycat, why do you still upload daily? Isn't that like, you know, don't you have to struggle a lot for that? Like, every time I travel, I don't sleep the night before. Like, I've lost so many nights of sleep making content for this channel, to try and keep to as close to daily as, like, you know, I can get with my editors. And it's like, so why are you doing that? Toycat, you know, you don't need to do that anymore, right? You know, like, if you upload 20 videos a month instead of 25, you'd still be fine. And it's like, yeah, I mean, you could drill that down. If you don't want to put that in my biology somewhere, which is fine. If, yeah, that's non-biological decision, very exciting. But you'd still have to be like, yeah, the reason that you actually do that, once you really, really boil it down again, is that you are very risk-averse. You know, this is something that is common when you come from certain backgrounds. You are taught that when something good happens, it's a matter of time till the good thing unhappens, and so you're trying to make sure the good thing continues as long as possible, even if it means burning yourself out a little bit. I say a bad Toycat video is still pretty good. Thank you, Cool Cakes. Also, I like the round review, says JH. Crand and all win. You make them because your hardcore fans enjoy them. I always watch them. Yeah, but there's this really harmful thing about if you make things for your hardcore fans, you kill off your, you know, less hardcore fans, because YouTube will be like, oh yeah, they didn't like 3 videos in a row. They're probably just not interested anymore. So it's like one of the most harmful things you can do to your channel in a very real way. I think I might make a basement below this igloo, chat. I think that might be fun, because I could have this like go down even more blocks. Risk aversion, I never thought of framing it like that. I will use it. Yeah, you something in your life has led you to believe that you're just trying to avoid that avoiding risk. It is worth not going for something great because of the small chance of accidentally ruining it, right? Because maybe you have some really terrible experience where you ruin something, where you feel like you ruined something, and your brain is like, okay, never again will I let myself ruin this thing. Okay, so I can't place a block on the other side of that, but I can go there, and then here, and then over there again. Nice. Okay, so I probably have to start torching this place up, or look, I'm gonna get a big snow surface. That's exciting, chat. So much surface for things to spawn in. My kids love your videos. We watch your videos after school together. Oh, that's awesome. I've got a video coming out, like, let me check it, actually. Yeah, today I've had one of the, like, longest, most stressful days in a while. And I had a thought in there. I was like, I often feel like I am, like, I don't know, like, okay. Okay, is the video up now, chat? Oh, the video's been up for 44 minutes. Oh, that's exciting. How long is it? 16 minutes. Looks pretty good. Sorry, I'm gonna work on the thumbnail for this video. I didn't realize the video was out, chat. That's my bad. Yeah, I've had the business. So I've done a lot today, chat. In my mind, I don't know. Maybe I've done objectively less than I would have. I've got that little bit of a balance, and I'm like shrugging myself with like, I think I've done more than I'm like comfortable, like pushing myself to do. So then I've got a question like, so why did I push myself to do it? Or like, obviously, I think the update video, okay, I had to do that. The second channel video, like, okay, that's like a fun thing I'm up to. Getting the other thing that I got done, it was like the seed thing. It's a really cool seed. I'm excited for people to see it. Hopefully tomorrow, assuming there's no news. Although, looks like we got some Minecraft movie news overnight. But like doing all of that, and then it's like, okay, now we're gonna make sure we get a stream in there. Is it like is that good to be push? I guess it's like something in my brain is telling me yes. Should you trust something in your brain? Should you try to like step back and make a more rational decision? You had a stressful day and had a thought about? Yeah, it was like I was thinking about the like are stressful days fully avoidable? Or when you have less stressful days, do you just get stressed about the smaller things? Chat, I had this thing, right? I ordered a phone and I had the worst experience buying my phone. Literally, all I wanted was like, here you have a phone on your website. It's this price. Could I have the phone, please, at that price, but in person? Because there's a deal on my card where I'd get another discount if I got it in person. And they're like, no. The cheapest we can do is like 100 more than online. And it took an hour to sell me the phone, which is like annoying, but like whatever. And then after the process, they're like, oh yeah. There's a small chance the earbuds that come with this phone might get delivered to the store by accident. Don't worry though, just call us. And so it's annoying, like, I'm giving you a bunch of money and now I have to give you a phone call. Phone calls are like, I don't know what value I put on not doing phone calls, but it's high. It's a lot of negative value to have to do a phone call, right? In 2025, I can't wait until... I know there are loads of people who hate AI. I can't wait till AI can do a phone call for me, because then phone calls will go away. The moment you can, it's the same way like automated emails means you don't have to respond to emails now. Like you can choose to respond to emails if you want to, but there's no, just because you receive one doesn't mean you have to answer it. Same thing's gonna happen to phone calls. It's gonna be great. What phone did you get? Oh, I got a S25 Ultra. I got it in this like matte gray color. Matte gray, is that's not the color. Titanium gray? It's a nice thing. I've got I think, what's a phone call? Yeah, exactly, Gemmo Waffle Sponge. You are living the world that the rest of us want to be living in. But yeah, I wonder, like, would I just be stressed about that? If I imagine a world where also, I've got snow in my cauldron now. Should I make a bucket? And no, I feel like I shouldn't make a bucket. Chat, do I want powdered snow in my life? It's a color, but it isn't that. But yeah, I like it. It's kind of like the... I like the color a lot. Rich people problem. yeah. Hash, it's a rich... Yeah. See, that's my point though, right? If I'm a millionaire and I have nothing to do every day besides leisure. So, you know, I'm like, in the morning, I play some Minecraft. In the afternoon, I go out to, you know, like, I don't know, what do I do in my dream afternoon? I go out on a nice hike. In the evening, I eat dinner at a nice place where they serve me exotic food. And then in the evening, when I give my Lamborghini to the valet changes the radio, and my life is horribly inconvenienced. It's not the same as if you're walking to school and you get your leg blown off by a landmine, but your brain doesn't, like, brains don't, like, understand the idea of relative suffering, right? It's all just what it is to you is what it is to the thing. But yeah, my point was to say, like, yeah, I have this, like, phone call thing that I've got to, like... But, so anyway, so I have to call them. And so I do call them, and their line is like, sorry, we're not available. We're available 9 to 4. Please call us then. I'm like, it's 11 a.m. What do I do now? It's like 7 layers of phone tree. It's like, you have to press 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 1 to confirm. No, it's not 1. It's 2 at the end. 1 would be if you purchased it online and somehow got all the way through the phone tree. Yeah, I think it's such a... it's a funny issue to have. But it is an issue to have, I guess. But yeah, so I'm going to make just a ton more stone slabs. Make a ton more chiseled stone bricks. And we're going to build this out kind of to, like, as far as we're going now. So the bottom of that igloo goes back in as we get to the end here. So we go 3 blocks this way. So that would be 1, 2... So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then a pillar. And then 1, 2... Wait, this is the pillar, yeah. So then 1, 2, 3... Wait, 4? Okay, I lost count. Okay, so maybe if I place a block there, it would help me. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a pillar. So then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this is a pillar. So then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then this is a pillar. And then so this is now the way we're going. So it's 1, 2. You know what? This is, yeah, if that's a pillar, then it's 5 blocks this way. So 3, 4, 5, and then there's a pillar here. And then after that, we start going this way. Okay, so we just got to fill in this space now, chat. We won't do the back of it for now, I think. We'll just, like... I guess we have to. If that's what we're in for, we've got to do it. If you fall on this platform, you won't be able to water bucket clutch because of the slabs. Oh, that's useful to think, actually, Dasher. But yeah, I'm looking forward to AI being able to take a phone call for you. Because it's like, it's so much needless... I don't even know why my brain is stressed about it. I can talk myself through like, oh, it's fine. I'll just say these words. But I always say the words and I'm like, no, that is clearly not right by the fact that by the fact that they don't understand, that wasn't the correct set of words. It's like, here is a niche problem I would like you to solve for me. And it's like, why do they have to solve my problem for me? Like, they're just, you know, it's not their fault Samsung messed up. Anyway, okay, so none of my trees are growing, chat. Do you know why? Also, why don't I have a wandering trader? That's confusing, right? Like, I definitely should have a wandering trader. But yeah, where is he? Where is my boy? Is it rejection sensitivity, says Jenny Nobody? Yeah, I definitely, I think that's, like, hard to admit that anyone has. I think you're, like, I think everyone has a thing of, like, no, I'm not sensitive to being rejected. How dare you say that? I'm surprised that not everyone is, though. Like, I'm surprised not everyone has that, like, deep inside of them that, like, oh, yeah, if people say no, then, you know, I don't know, like, I am surprised whenever I learn, like, that is a novel thing, and that is not the default state of humans. Like, it's, like, soul-crushing. You feel your, like, the inside of your heart, like, caving in on itself. And it's like, oh, why am I having a conversation anyway? I don't need to be here. This isn't... Also, there's no cows. I keep hoping if I come back, a cow will mysteriously be here again. Miraculously. Not mysteriously. Maybe mysteriously, but miraculously is the word we're looking for. So yeah, let's just run back along here. Along my very confusing pathway. I'll concede. I have to then destroy all of this. Clearly none of this will be necessary. But we'll do it as we go. Because I've got a lot of stone to be placing in now. So let's get going. I've got 13 of these and a stack of these. So, go, go, go. I guess I should do this as a whole row all at once. It's the logical way to do it. What are we drinking today? It looks like either a beer or a soda. It is either a beer or a soda. No, it's actually neither. It's a cherry flavored. It's Wise Owl. It's 100% apple juice. It can't be cherry. Wait, is it not cherry flavored at all? No, it says cherry on it. It's 100% apple juice, but it's cherry flavored. Man, this is the most radicalizing thing. Go to the store, look at the juices. They're all apple juice. You realize your life is a lie, and what's even the point? You're now on a phone call with 324 people. Oh yeah, but try and reject me, right? Try and reject me right now. You have no power to do so. Toy cat. I put my portals too close together and I messed it up. Help, please. How do I get it to put me to the second portal? Yeah, no, it's a nightmare. You have to break them and go out and in. You just give up on the world and start again. That's my advice, pal. It sounds disastrous. But yeah, I think like being sensitive to rejection is like a really valuable trait for some areas, right? Like the reason that I'm like distraught when I'm like, oh man, why did I make Seed Sunday again? No one cares about seeds anymore, damn it. Why won't you learn that? It's like, well, that's really valuable for me to tell myself that, isn't it? Like, it's better than make it... Like, you know, in real life, there'll be people who are like, oh, no, Toy Cat, we love Seed Sunday. That's why I put it in my watch later, and I'll get round to that eventually. But, you know, in real life, sorry, on YouTube, it's like, oh, yeah, didn't watch it. It's not my interests. That's chill, though. I owe you nothing, and you owe me nothing outside of videos that I may choose to watch with or without YouTube Premium. Anyway, it's really, really useful to see yourself as a continuously improvable product. And maybe even dangerous to see yourself as not one, right? That's my crazy take. So, I shouldn't have made all of those into slabs, but it's fine. I'll make some more stone bricks. I'll make those into slabs. And we'll see how far we can take this. Probably not too far, but hopefully far enough. So all of these can be filled in, which means we can now move this way, which means these can go away. Get myself some valuable slabs back right now. Yeah, I think with the amount of stone I have, this is just not going to work. So I have to build like a mini cutoff point somewhere, and I don't know where that is. Also, I got another tree. Thank you. Yeah, I have 4,000 videos on my watch later. Yeah, exactly. It's like you don't need to feel the beauty of the watch later is you might watch something in there, you might not. Yeah, it's on you to choose. But the there might be a clash as a lot of us have long-term survival worlds. Yeah, I think that is if you think about it, the very earliest days of my channel, I literally just covered all the parts of the game I found interesting.
On my penuits, greater than.
It was not me jorking on your penuits. What is that message? M Creeper. You know, it's not my responsibility to learn. It's my responsibility to say thank you for the tip. Appreciate it. Hope you have a good one. Okay, so we'll place these over there. And then destroy more of this. And then place some more blocks over here. And then we can just place like a fence for now. You know, a fence feels unfinished, chat. I want this to be a big, beautiful base. I don't want to accept non-completeness. But yeah, so I used to be like, here are all the cool things about Minecraft. But as things have gone on, it's like, yeah, well, there's less. Even if all of those Minecraft spaces existed, they kind of like have moved away from each other. And so one channel that covers all of it.
So much angst, liars, apple juice, and miraculous cows. What are you, the Pope of Beef?
Who is this?
The oxygen is thin up here, slabs or no slabs.
Thank you very much, Jeff Watkins. You know, I have no... See, you can only praise me. You can only make me feel good by saying, here's some money. That's how much I'm enjoying the stream. Like, you know, Pogo is going to mess around and figure it out. Yeah, that's what you gotta do. You just gotta keep breaking the portal, placing it a bit further apart. It's one of my least favorite processes, though. It's like, you know, again, just scrap it, start again. Not that far off the best advice. You know, 1600 days might be easier than getting a portal to work again. This is why I don't have a successful YouTube series called Solving Your Problems. This one tip single-handedly fixed our ejection sensitivity. Yeah, I think though it's see, look at that. Oh, I have no trees grow, and then all of a sudden they just all grow. It's wonderful, but strange. Also, wow, we killed it today, chat. We're 10 days deep into this world already. I don't have anything I watch later. I just watch as I see. My daughter is 1500 her watch later. Oh yeah, I've never thrown anything I watch later to actually watch it later. That's not what you use that for. That's not how that works at all. Okay, so I've got the oak logs to... Oh, I'm going to go to sleep first, actually. It's scary and dark. And we don't want anything spawning here. Anyway, yeah, I think being, like, super sensitive to that is, like, what allows me to still be around on YouTube all these years later. Because I am able to be like, oh, yeah, why is this... Like, your instinctive response to people don't like a thing you did should be, like, objectively, this is the right call for most of life. Your instinctive response should be like, well, they're stupid anyway. Why do I care about their opinion? Right? Like, that should be that's the correct response. If you have that response, you are doing it correct. But in some settings, it's not. If your boss says, why did you show up to work with underpants on your head? You can't say, oh, you're just a hater, man. You're just a hater. I mean, you can say it, but you might not be employed for very long. I think you could argue being sensitive to rejection is maybe one of the most valuable parts of being a YouTuber. You could make the argument. I don't know that I would. Okay, so I'm just going to build all the way through this. Just make my little wall over here. Oh, what is that noise, chat? Do you hear it? It's happening regularly. Something odd is happening in this world. It sounds like a sniffer egg hatching. So yeah, I think I'm qualified for the phone discussion. I'm like divorced dad who only plays Guitar Hero, giving my opinion on PC versus Wii. Yeah, it's weirdly, I think like the best advice for like getting into something is like share your passion, but the best advice for being good at something is like realize the intersection of your passion and everyone else's passion. There are some things that you care about that literally only you care about, and if you can find a way to make those interesting, that is actually really impressive. But I think for a lot of things it's like, oh yeah, but you know, maybe you should work out the place that people want this thing, and there's gonna be a place for it, and it's your job to find it. Oh god, what is that noise I keep hearing? I don't like it at all.
Toy Cat, do you think I'm cool? Please
Yeah!
say yes. My coworker said if I have to ask them, I'm not.
So, that is the rule for a lot of things. If you have to ask, you're not. But it's also the dumbest rule for a lot of things. Like, still to this day, I laugh at people who are like, oh yeah, if you have to ask, then it's too expensive. And it's like, no, that's not true at all. If you have to ask, then you're not cool. Nah, you're the coolest because you care about what other people think about you. They're not cool because they wouldn't care. I think this is the most comprehensive Toy Cat build ever. Yeah, right. Look, it's actually coming together. We got a pattern. You ever seen this much going on in a build? I don't think so. So, yeah, I think we should. It'd be nice if we finish this little section here. But I think we're just gonna temporarily put up a fence. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do, chat. I think the only realistic way to have this build come together in any meaningful way is to put a little fence up, and I'll use the fences somewhere else later. So here are 36 fences. I'm just gonna put them at the edge of what I've currently built, and that will be good enough. So we'll start here. We'll build our way across. Make a little gap there, of course. Maybe we should just gap that entire thing. I don't even know. We could leave... Yeah, we'll remove both of these. And then all the way over here. See, look at this, chat. This is health and safety right here. You know, there are regulations on this stuff that I intend to follow. So then we'll just build slabs across this gap, though, because that's what I'm doing for the rest of it. I don't know what will actually go there in the future, but slabs are looking like pretty decent right now, so it's not a terrible bet. Okay, so slabs all the way across here prevent me from dying. A few blocks up there because I'm already here. And there we go. Is that a noise, chat? Wait, one sec. Yeah, it makes a weird noise when you place a slab on a slab. How long's that been in Minecraft? Google Pixel lets you screen calls you missed. Oh yeah, there was an AI on my phone that was letting me like listen to it, but it was like delayed. So delayed that it wouldn't work on a live person. What a weird noise that is. I love you, Toy Cat, says Chase Jimmy. I love you too, Chase Jimmy. I love you too. Okay, so this is my house for now, chat. It's a cohesive build, except it's got a fence running through the middle, and that's going to be there temporarily till we finish it. You've never heard crunchy slabs before? Have you? Don't act like crunchy slabs have been around forever. One sec. Yeah, that is not normal. When did they add that? That's new. That's very new. That's so new. Anyway, so, you're crazy if you don't think that's new. So now what we're going to do is we're going to work on building new spaces for the villagers. I do have the ability to, in fact, I'll just do it right now. Let's get some trades in. So make a stack of that. 2 stacks of sticks. 2 stacks of emeralds. We have to be very careful about how many emeralds we trade. We don't want to lose our access to that. Then we'll buy some bread. Actually, yeah, let's see what the next level of bread will be. I shouldn't have had beetroot. I should have waited till I got a good trade chat. Oh, I don't have any beetroot. Okay, it's fine. It's a dumb mistake to make, but it is too late. I'd have to kill him, and I'm just not going to do that. So now we need to start making new villager homes, which means we're going to need new villager beds. We can remove the beds later, but I am going to make a big villager bed section over here. And I've got 7 white wool on me, but I could make some more. Is that new? I've always heard a sound. Was it always one? House? More like housey, as in how does this make sense? No, this house makes perfect sense. It is the most logical, reasonable house you've ever seen. I do have to make a decision about how high up it's going to go. That I haven't fully decided on. Like 2 blocks is logical. It's kind of like 1 block right now. Maybe we should go for it. I could build some and like see how it looks maybe. But yeah, it means there's gonna have to be a roof at some point, and I think that roof is gonna be made out of snow. It could be cool if we make the outside out of snow and the inside out of stone, but I'm thinking we'll just make the whole thing one way to be simple. You missed 2 of my super chats, says Dr. Jedi Spartan. Oh, I know, I read it. Dr. Jedi, I read it. I was talking about screening calls. I don't know what screening calls means, though. But I assumed it was the same thing I was talking about with the AI that, like, reads out a voice call to you. Chat, screening calls is not a term we use in the UK. It's, like, I don't think I could describe what that is. Why is the dirt block floating? Why not put it in the slab? It's a good question. Why is anything floating, though? Isn't that the question you should really be asking? Okay, so now my grass has made it over there. We can remove these intermediate blocks. And we can keep the grass moving that way. Man, I wish I brought more dirt with me. I know that there's so little dirt in the world. But I still wish I had more than I do right now. So we're going to keep moving the dirt this way. And try and get it, like, over there somewhere. Yeah, I think that's the move. So then we have to remove these blocks and let it go this way. I guess I'll put it in single fire, because I am, like, leaving it for some time. So it is making a lot of progress while I'm gone. And now let's put some more oak saplings down on each of these blocks, because we can. Okay, perfect. Maybe even put one there. It's not going to grow, but it's useful. Okay, now we're trying to get beds right now, chat, because we want our villagers to grow. He's asked previously about tariffs. He's had multiple super chats, I think, for. How often do you think about the Roman Empire, and what are your thoughts on tariffs, good or bad? It goes against what every economist thinks is good. There's a thing where sometimes you can be against what the global orthodox thinks is good and still be right, but you shouldn't bank on it. It shouldn't be a core part of your strategy. And if you look at the actual negotiations with countries like India, if you look at the way tariff negotiations are going down, the actual end goal is almost always they're trying to get the other country to lower their tariffs on American goods, because right now they can buy, they're buying things from America, but they're not, or rather they're selling things to America, but they're not buying things, and that is deemed as not okay. And so that tells me that even the people who are pretending they don't care about traditional economics actually really care about traditional economics. Because if you don't have those, what do you have? I guess now we make some white beds. This again, the bed situation is literally just, we'll put them all next to each other, and now there is a higher bed capacity in the village. So now I can start breeding with villagers. So I'll make another pile of these. Another couple of these, and get some more sticks sold. Again, sell the sticks very, very slowly and carefully. Then we're going to, I guess we just remove the block between these guys. It shouldn't be that hard to eventually put back. And then I'll just give him more bread. Oh, I have to throw it into there, I guess. So the plan here, chat, is I want to have a bunch of villagers up in here. I've built their home for them. Now I'm going to make them live in it. Should I give them all the bread? Probably not all of it, but like, all but a little bit of it seems fair. Now they should be able to breed. They might need to have access to the beds, but I'm not even sure that's true. Yeah, he's rubbing on him. So one of them thinks they can breed. So I've now got some extra bread. Yeah, he's fully in love, you can tell. Oh no, he's not. Maybe the beds aren't close enough. What do you reckon, chat? I'll move a bed closer just in case. It makes a big difference, but it shouldn't. I read an article yesterday that said free trade is great if it's between similarly rich or poor countries, but if there's a big difference, it hurts the rich country. We've spent so long arguing the opposite, though. Like, a lot of poor countries feel like they are being ripped off by richer ones. And it's been the case that we've spent so long trying to convince them, like, no, this is fair. The benefit they get in exchange is super easy access to markets, right? But it's like for a lot of people, for a lot of countries, their whole thing is like you get access. Like I don't know. Like I guess you could argue it's unfair in the sense of when the UK was a poor country, when we wanted to have a steel bolt made for our machinery, it wouldn't be that you can buy them on, like, you don't just use the design that has been made by someone else, or even just buy it from someone else. Like when the world's current rich nations were poor, we didn't have that stuff. And so famous examples of this, like Kenya, they didn't build mobile, telephone infrastructure. Do you know how dumb that is in retrospect? Now that we have wireless, it's so dumb we have telephone lines everywhere. So in Kenya, they just skipped straight to it. They use, I think it's M-Pesa. There's this like, so I have to trap these guys in boats. Somewhere valuable, by the way. So let's make a boat right now. They can skip straight to our level on the progression of the tech tree. Like, instead of having to, make electricity so that you can make a computer, so that you can miniaturize a computer, you could start a country, you could go to the Sentinel Islands, where there are uncontacted people today, and you could, within a generation, have them on smartphones, right? And building smartphones if you wanted to. The technology exists. The blueprint is out there if you're willing to find it. I don't know why I can't see the boat, chat. I'm going to make my own boat then. Oh, I've never been in water, so the recipe isn't unlocked. Chat, the recipe for a boat. That is such a silly little stat. Silly little fact there. So I'm going to put you in a boat over here. I think this side of the place is definitely where he's going to have to go. Also, I've got a cat. Chat, string farm. It's happening. I'm glad he's not in the boat. Should I put the boat where the villagers are, actually? Oh, there's so many baby villagers being formed. There's too many baby villagers. Yeah, it's funny. I'm 61 days into Minecraft, and I had to discover the boat recipe myself. So I'll nudge you in that. I don't know why that's not working. Do you believe in boats? I believe in boats. Okay, babies can't go in boats. That's my new conclusion. So I'll make another boat now. Do you think I have all the boat recipe? Also, is it still not hit? No, I just can't afford it. Okay, boat recipe. There it is. So I'll put some more babies in boats. Always over here, though. Okay, so he's now trapped. I mean, I could have a little corner of them over here, too. You know, if they're over here anyway, let's meet them where they're at. When Britain was born, it arguably still is compared to the rest of Europe. No, that's like, there's a certain type of person who wants to be like, yeah, Britain was better when we was in the EU, because they is rich over there and we is poor over here. It's like, nah, that's not. I think the average in Europe is obviously substantially below the UK. You can make a point that Germany is better off per person. Is it just Germany? Probably the Netherlands too. But most Europeans are poorer than most British people. Even if you only count the EU, and even if you only count within the EU, like, you know, the western half. You have to really be like within the big five, within the big four of the big five economies in the EU. No, the big three. The UK is worse off than average. You have to like really bend the stats to get to that. So yeah, lots and lots of babies in boats. Exactly what I want to see. Now I've got, call it 20 minutes to build them homes. Or build them a collective home. And to work out what I want to trade with them, really. So, I think I'm going to build a wall in front of this here. I mean, I'm not right now, though, so... But, yeah, I think I'm going to have this be my big villager encampment. So there's going to be a block here behind them. This is going to be where they live. And this is going to be the block in front of them. So I'm just going to start building it now using spruce planks. I wish I could commit to a better block, but I've got a ton of this anyway, so let's just do it. So if this is going to be a corner block, so this is what it's going to look like, chat, just so you can see my vision. Now I'm going to have to kill this cat. I'm sorry. I didn't want to do it. I had to do it though, chat. You all saw why. And then we'll break this bed. Just move it over. Man, I put these beds in the most annoying place for this current plan. Maybe I should do it on the other side then. No, there's no villagers over there. They're all over here. So let's now make another boat. Spruce boat. And put another baby in it. So if you could... Why are villagers this way? I really don't understand anything about how they work. Okay, so in you go. Now I'm going to row the boat over to where I want it to be. We'll break some beds along the way. And place them back over there, I guess. Okay, perfect. And then another bed. And then another bed. But yeah, it's one of those things of... It's annoying as... I'm someone who, like, really wants to, like, understand the truth of the world, right? I don't want to understand, like, oh yeah, here is what someone thinks is the truth. But there are lots of issues where you're like, oh yeah, there's no right on this one, sadly. And that's annoying. You want it to be right and for you to be like, okay, this is the way the world is. But there is no right. Even like some of the things I believe most fundamentally, like I am a very pro, you know, like I want the world to trade. I want for bad things not to happen to humans. I don't know, like when it comes to like, so what you gonna do? How are you gonna cause that to happen? It's like, I have no idea, man. Also, I've got another baby villager. I should trap him in a boat. Don't go in that one. Don't go in that one. Go in this one over here, please. Go in this specific spot right there. Perfect. Okay, this is working out surprisingly well. So now we'll make another boat here. I'm going to make so many boats. And then that way I can break this boat and then immediately replace it. Oh, shouldn't have done that, apparently. I forget the boats have health on Bedrock. It's such a weird fact. Please get in a boat. Please do it. You can. No, there's 2 in that one there. That's not what I wanted. So you're going to have to get in this boat here. Yeah. And then I'll row this one to the correct spot. I found a village with a Nev portal in the middle today. Thought that was awesome. Oh, yeah. See, that's why I love Seed Center. Every time I see something like that, I'm like, this is so cool. Minecraft is a game where this stuff just exists. Yeah, Never Spawn was garbage, though. I think the correct way you're meant to describe it is beautiful, lively, and up-and-coming. Anyway, so let's now put this in here. I don't think I can. Maybe if I remove the bottom blocks. That's going to be the solution, right? I can keep building above and have these little dividers, except not there. So that's a sign I need to move this closer. Okay, chat, I'm building... My villager trading thing is actually coming along nicely, right? Can we all agree I've done a pretty nice thing here? Okay, so this is going to kill me if I try to put him here. It's going to suffocate me. But, hey, nice. Look at that. I've got most of my villagers besides these ones. So I'll break this block now. So I've got 2 villagers on the same one, which is a problem. Oh, chat, the game almost killed me. I should not do that again. Look at this. Trading hole. Nice. So, we have to wait 20 minutes for them to grow. And I guess we'll also place the oak logs behind them. It'd be silly not to at this rate, right? Just place all those blocks. So we have to wait some time for that to grow. But otherwise, we're in a pretty good spot, I think. We're in a very good spot. Yeah, I feel the villagers are going to suffocate if they grow up in the boats. That's a possibility, isn't it? That's a real possibility. Okay, I'll remove the... No, they're not going to. They're going to be fine. You're scaremongering. It's fake. It's made up. Don't know what you're talking about. Doesn't have any bearing on reality. I'm just going to keep coming up with new words to describe the same situation till I believe what I'm saying. Okay, nice. So now we need to build another boat for here, I would say, logically. And we need to probably work out how to split these babies between the boats. Or we could just keep them there and then let the adult villager wander in. Yeah, that works for me. So we'll break this boat. I'll use the sword because it gets more damage done. Then I'll put a boat over here. And then we can just catch... If there was another baby being born, we'd catch it. But there's probably... Oh, we need to put this back. And we need to put this back too. So right now they're mixed up, which is going to cause a whole ton of pain. So I'll wait to actually put it back. But we'll put that in there for now. And as soon as they switcheroo the correct way around, we'll fix it. Awesome, chat. Awesome. Torches are so needed in that area. Yeah, let's place a couple torches down. We could use the grid of the things to do it if we wanted to as well. So just like a few torches around here should make a big difference. As well as like one back there and one over like here. Okay, that's enough torch, and then one more just to get rid of it there. Okay, chat. We have the building of a baby farm. Wait, I think we can't call it a baby farm. A small villager reproduction chamber. Yeah. Chat, is there no, you know, something I've been meaning to do forever. So the reason I think that it's like bad to be like too busy, beyond just like your own mental health or whatever, I think the bigger reason is you stop making decisions for like the longer run because you're so busy focused on the short run, you know? Like that's kind of what stress is if you think about it. Stress is, here is a thing you need to do immediately right now. But you start deferring a lot of like long-term things while you're focusing on the short term. It's not one of those things that happens. A baby farm. It's a baby farm, chat. You know, why are we so appalled by baby farms? You would have a baby farm, you know, oh, baby farms are okay if it's dogs and cats in the real world, is it? Unless you picked up your dog wild on the street, then you clearly believe that baby farms are okay for other animals. Therefore, it's hypocritical if you don't think I'm allowed to have a human baby farm. Checkmate, got you good there. You scum. Okay, so, yeah, I think that is something that needs a lot of work. I'm going to be doing a lot of aesthetic work on this now, actually. Now that this is my prettiest hardcore world, I'm just going to... I can use every adjective for this world. I can feel good about that. But yeah, I have to wait like another 2 days for this to actually go anywhere. And in that time, I'm not sure what I'll do. Besides, I don't know, grow some saplings, I guess. So yeah, chat. Things are going pretty well in this world. And I love to be able to say that. 62 days in. I always call it a villager breeder. My villager breeder is going great then. I figured out on the first try, I just went 3,000 blocks further after breaking the portal I didn't want. TLDR, figured it out. Hey, I'm happy to hear that. Speaking of happy to hear, I hope you're happy to hear that this video is over. Live stream. It's a, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I'm gonna have to hire someone to, I want to hire someone who's good with thumbnails, chat. I want to hire someone who's like specifically, I think it's one of the biggest shames on YouTube that you can focus hours on content, and because you don't, even if you spend the right amount of time on thumbnails, but you get the wrong ideas, you get it wrong. But, you know, we can call this a benefit of rejection sensitivity, that I am so sensitive to my thumbnails not being loved, that I spend too long thinking, what's wrong with them? And so now it's my goal to find someone who also wants to think about that problem with me. And so yeah, I hope that you have enjoyed today's video. If you have, then subscribe. I haven't died! Look, it's hardcore and I'm alive. What more could you ask for in hardcore? Have a good day. A person DM'd you on Instagram about thumbnail art? How did that happen already? Wow. Okay, I'll have to check it out. Goodbye. Also, streaming on... No stream on Friday. It's Valentine's Day. I'm gonna do something nice. Hopefully for someone nice.